on. Work. Shareable link. All right. I think we're good. I think we're live. Let me just send you guys the link if you want to share it out. All right. All right. Go ahead, Joe.
You guys. Okay. I'm going to let some people get in here first. But Heirloom, you're with us finally. The Horsemen are together. How you doing, buddy?
I'm not too bad. I rushed because I didn't have my class went over a little bit, but I'm here and I'm doing fine. I'm a little bit tired, but it's cool. How about you, fine gentlemen? How are you all doing?
Doing very well.
Doing pretty good. I just want to mainly catch you up to speed as we're doing this live, and I'll catch everybody up to speed. So we're just taking some questions from everybody, so they know kind of like what we're doing with this whole thing. The first question, one of the questions we answered was I don't even remember what we answered. We announced some of the influencers that are going to be involved today. We announced people that are actually, Deoxy, Ranger Liz, Estee. There was a bunch of folks that we definitely announced here. I'm going to give this over to Daniel so he could do the social media tweets out. But yeah, we're back. I know that you guys are kind of filtering in. We're talking about also National Power Ranger Day, which was, in some fans' eyes, was a letdown. But
yeah, can we get some of you guys' reactions to the big announcements that they had yesterday?
Define big.
Can we get an F in chat to pay respect to Saban Brands, who had better National Power Ranger days for 2 years before Hasbro just kind of dropped the ball yesterday?
Oh man.
Yeah. Well, the My Little Pony thing was, to be fair, the most explosive thing that they had all the time.
I see what you did there.
It was something that at least I know that all four of us are in a group chat together, and we were just waiting out the day, anticipating. And then nothing kind of came, and then we were like, should we kind of like do this?
We got that Hasbro Pulse email that was like the wrap up for it.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Like, here's Power Rangers, My Little Pony, and a couple of videos that we got some influencers to create that we're putting on the Pulse channel. There you go.
Oh my gosh.
Well, here, you know what? This is a great time to actually highlight some other people that are doing great content in the community, like Time for Toku podcast. Now, I've never listened to their podcast, but now it's something I'm going to check out. But this is a great example of what we're trying to do. And by the way, Time for Toku podcast, if you want to record kind of like a little bit about what you guys do, about how people can find you, please do so. And the email you can send it to is media@theilluminati.com. And do we have one set up for the Viewing Globe or not? If not,
we have we have an email that's the Viewing Globe at Gmail. Yeah, globe@gmail.com.
Yeah. There you go. That works.
Send it to the Viewing Globe at gmail.com, and we would love to promote your stuff, man, because this is exactly what I'm talking about. Some of these creators, you guys have no idea that are out there, but they're definitely people you should be watching and keeping an eye on, because people are doing great work in this community, and it's not just coming from the brand or the franchise themselves. But now that we're getting more people in here, one of the questions we got asked, is it going to be live or is it pre-taped? It's going to be pre-taped, and the reason why is for that exact experience that you guys just felt. We don't want to crap out like that. So that's why we're going to be doing it pre-taped. Another reason, too, is that all the stuff that you're going to be able to see on this is going to be stuff, for the most part, seen for the very first time. So
probably 95% of it's brand new.
Yeah, so it's a brand new experience for a lot of people. But we're back.
So was everybody satisfied with the announcements from yesterday, or what did you guys expect? What did you guys expect for them to release, other than like the Dino Fury cast review?
I thought for sure we were getting Dino Fury. Because there's no PMC this year, so there's no the cast, and we know filming starts in October, which means if they're American or Canadian or whatever, they're going to be flying out there pretty soon, because they have to have I think New Zealand still has a 14-day quarantine before you can even travel the country. Yes. So they're going to be leaving soon. The fact that they didn't do it okay, like they don't pay me to be their marketing or anything like that, so I'm not going to question it. But okay, that's all I got on that one.
Yeah. I found it kind of funny because the Power Rangers official Twitter kind of had a mini breakdown because they'd just been bombarded with questions on when's Dino Fury, and they just went, "I'm just an intern. Stop nagging me about this." And I was just like, "Oh
no, that I saw that on Twitter. That's a fake parody account. The official account did not. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a parody account that is one letter off from Power Rangers.
Oh, damn. I fell for it. Oh, well. But still, the whole thing is, I can imagine that they'd be getting really annoyed about it.
But one thing they did reply to was, someone was like, don't expect a Dino Fury cast on, don't expect an announcement. And they actually, the official account actually quote retweeted it and said, maybe expect something. And I think that's where it sets up some, expectations for people.
I think the best way to deal with stuff like this is under promise and over deliver. I think that's the best way that they should do that. But I mean, with the expectation of it being National Power Ranger Day, and like you said, Eric, Chris, the way that it's formatted every other 2 years, it was expected that we would get a cast reveal because it's so close. But I think that they should have not said anything and then just released whatever news they had.
It feels like they didn't take. Saban Brands took the National Power Rangers Day very seriously, like an actual event kind of day. And I didn't feel that way from Hasbro. It kind of, and again, this is just me speaking as an opinionated fan. I'm not saying it is what it is. But to me, it just kind of came across like they didn't really think it was that big of a deal, because it kind of looks back to that Fan First Friday they had the other day.
Yep.
And they were like, "Oh, we were going to save some of this for Fan First Friday." It's like, well, good Lord, like what happened if they would have,
It might have been a bigger deal if they combined the two. Just have that Fan First Friday on Power Rangers Day, which was a Friday.
Oh yeah.
You should calm down with your ideas here, Eric. They're not getting this anymore.
They're watching the stream, taking notes, going, "Okay, yeah, we've done this. We need this. Oh, okay, we'll do that next time."
I mean, I'm, I think I saw Chris's tweet too. I think that our good buddies at comicbook.com had released the exclusive trailer for season 2 and the release date. I think Chris,
I'm sorry, Matt. I'm sorry.
Chris up here wrote something the lines like, I mean, he was like, to be fair or something, it's not exclusive because the UK got the exclusive on.
Does that mean that I can tweet out and go, exclusive, this happens in this episode, exclusive video for this?
It could.
Yeah,
you are the time traveler.
Yeah. So it is really fascinating how I mean, honestly, look, maybe it's us setting up fan expectation high. There's a lot of things involved with that, but you know what? Here we are, and I think that honestly, just bringing the community together has been probably one of the most fun things about doing this whole thing. I think that I think it's fun to do, and who knows where this goes, and who knows where the future leads by doing stuff like this. You know what I mean?
Can I ask you guys this, because you have been organizing this and trying to put this all together? What has been the most difficult thing that you have come across while trying to construct this whole experience for the fans?
I think honestly that is those are all individual answers. I think each one of us have went through our own individual kind of struggle doing this thing. So I think all of us can answer that individually. Eric, you want to start?
Sure. I think, one of the big things is just from a scheduling point of view and making things work. Ranger Command has actually done 2 panels for this, and that we recorded this week. Q&A. So Ranger Command has done 2 Q&As this week that we recorded this week. It's like it's all happening within these past 2 weeks, and we're all trying to make it work. So the biggest challenge is scheduling any technical difficulties. We had one on one of the Q&As, and that's why we're not doing it live stream. That's why we can edit some really nice video as a clean presentation. And it just that prep time, I think, is the most challenging, whether it's putting together show notes or, just contacting people and getting things ready. And for me, I mean, I did this logo yesterday. This was Thursday night leading into Friday. And that couldn't have happened without, these three guys giving me, their opinions, and it's all a team effort.
Definitely.
It really has been. Chris, we were just talking about like our individual struggles. What's been the hardest thing for us? So that's we were just kind of doing that. But Erlen, what's been your biggest thing?
I'm going to say time zones, because as well as like moderating, I've never moderated anything. So when we did the first panel with all the influencers, or say the Q&A, sorry, it was very hard at the very beginning not to say like, oh, and this is what happened with me, and like that sort of style, which I've done for years, just kind of listening and finding more focus, which I kind of thought was not challenging, but it was something different, which I kind of adapted to very quickly, which I liked. So I thought everyone had frozen then. I was just like, oh no, Skype, why? But I think time zones a little bit, because when you guys are up, I'm about to go to bed.
Yeah. What time is it there right now?
It is around about almost 9:15.
Oh, man.
For
So
me, it's been the organization of just getting everything together and making sure that it fits into like the programming schedule. I know that like it's very easy to say that like, oh, so there's a schedule that's going to be released. Not necessarily, but there's going to be stuff that we are going to like announce, but just making sure that it all flows kind of well has been such a task, because there's things that you wouldn't realize that are so hard, like timing cues.
Yeah.
Like, let's say that somebody gives me footage that's like an hour and like a little over an hour, then I got to fill in footage that makes sense to make sure our next Q&A is proper time. Just those timing beats have been the hardest thing. And actually, funny enough, man, people don't know this at all, but the four of us have probably been working on this for like the last month, right? Roughly the last month, maybe a little bit more. And going from conception to where we are, I honestly, as of yesterday, when all of us were talking, it's felt like, wow, this has really gained like steam and really snowballed, because like now it was just going to be like maybe the four of us and a handful of other people doing like something for like a day, right? And now it's really turned into something that I think we can all hopefully be proud of by the end of it,
Joe, you called me maybe a week and a half ago, and you were concerned whether or not we could fill 2 days.
Yeah.
Like 2 8-hour days. We're to a point now where we're wondering how long we have to stretch all 3 days.
Yeah.
And the thing that I think that's really cool that people should understand. So we're also getting content, I think that's coming in way past our deadline for when we wanted stuff submitted, because we are getting like bigger names, or like, oh, hey, I want to do something. Can I drop something really quick? And we're not obviously not going to announce anything, but I want to put positive energy in the universe. We are literally swinging for the moon for a special guest, and if that works out, holy cow! But I mean, again, if that works out, then it's like, okay, well, the morning of maybe day 2, we might be re-editing the whole thing. But that's what's the fun about it, I guess. And I'm looking at like the announcements, because we have planned out for the most part announcements each day leading up to the show. I have to go back in and edit, because we've added 15 to 20 more people between guests and contributors that I didn't put on here originally, because I was going off a schedule that was 3 days old. As in literally, I wrote this out based on the schedule we had 3 days ago, 8 times I think since then. So it's so much fun stuff going on, and I just hope people know, like, I get it. I get that there's drama, right? There's drama everywhere. There's, I see it all the time. I'm the one that's running the social media on the Viewing Globe for the Twitter, at least. So I see the quote retweets. I see what some of you are right. None of us. There's no clout chasing here. All right. None of us are getting paid. None of us are getting a job out of this. None of us. It's literally, hey, let's do something fun for the community because we love the community.
Yeah.
And if anything, I think, like, regardless of what the Illuminati does, or what Toku Nation or Power Ranger or Ranger Command do, or what Mark does, we all care about the community at the end of the day, and that's why we're doing this project. And I don't think you could find too many people willing to do this for free.
No.
Is the important. There's people that would do this, but they'd be like, okay, well, what's the paywall? We don't have a paywall. If you want to watch it, it's here. And unless I'm mistaken, you'll be able to go back and watch it again.
Yep.
Yeah,
and it's just for fun. Just for fun.
And the thing is, it's just really cool seeing, like I said, like getting some of these influencers like that have never met, like doing a thing together, right? And I just think that there's so much like great collaboration that's happening that I think it's just going to be a lot of fun. Look, Database Ranger, we're going to be chatting after this because I've been wanting to get you involved because I've seen your stuff before and I love what you do. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, Jezzer, what else?
Yeah, I'm just going through.
Do you guys have any questions too? What?
I'm just going through some of the reactions from it. There's a lot of people that are asking if this is under the guise of Hasbro, if Hasbro's in charge of this, and so there a lot of people are under the impression that we are going to be releasing Hasbro official information.
I will answer this. I will answer this question. At this time, we are not currently affiliated with Hasbro Incorporated. And then for anything else, we have no answer at this time.
So that's just so you guys know. I know a lot of people are super excited for more Power Ranger news, but we're here to bring you more of an experience than a press release for whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
What have been some of the most rewarding things that you guys have come across while putting this together?
Just the ability to work with these three guys. That's really been the most rewarding for me. The fact that we can all come together, we bounce ideas off of each other. It's that type of creative energy that personally I feed off of. It's something that, you know, we can all come together. It's like, oh, wait, can we get that idea going? Oh, yeah. And using our different connections in various, you know, fandom or people we've worked with in the past or whatever it is, we can bounce these ideas off of each other. And this whole collaborative process has been really refreshing.
A question we're getting in the chat real quick. A question we're getting in the chat because I know you guys had reached out to the fans and wanting them to send videos in for why they love Power Rangers and all that. They're asking how long their video should be. Joe?
They can be as little or as long as you want. And the reason being is because, you know, we don't want to restrain anything that you guys want to do. So as little as long as you want. Obviously, you're not going to want to sit there and talk for like 3 hours about your love of the franchise. I mean, granted, I'm sure certain people would watch that, but, you know, keep it reasonable. But we definitely want you guys to share your freedom and share your love of it. And again, it doesn't matter like what walk of life you come from. If you're a fan of Power Rangers, and I don't want to stress just Power Rangers, because we have stuff for if you're just a fan of collecting toys, a Lightning collection, you know, or if you're a fan of Kamen Rider, the SH Figure Arts, or Super Sentai, any tokusatsu, we're going to include it. And if you have a cosplay and you want to tell us about your cosplay, you want to do the video in cosplay, do that too. So we're just trying to encourage the fans to really be who they are and share your love of why you love this and what would have brought you to Morphicon or Ranger Stop or any of these other gatherings that would have brought us all together as fans.
An idea you could do, right? You could do it as simply as, you know, just a video of yourself, like filming yourself. Hi, my name is Chris. I've been a fan of Power Rangers, Tokusatsu, whatever, for X amount of years. Why do I love it? Because it does X, it does this. I love this. I love the toys. I love the collectibles. Thanks for watching this. You can find me and plug yourself. Like you can find me on Twitter here. You can find me on Facebook here. Do that because this is a fan community thing. This is not sponsored or endorsed by. It's something that we have to get approval by. Like, you wanna shout something out, do it. I mean, don't be profane or anything like that. But
what comes to my head when I'm picturing this in my mind, I'm picturing, like, do you remember the old school days of TRL where they'll, in between music videos, there'll be people with signs like, "Oh, I love the Backstreet Boys, I love this music," and then like it'll cut to another scene. That's what I'm imagining, that the placement of some of these videos.
Well, Jeffrey, you're not too far off, buddy.
That's funny.
Let me ask you guys. Yeah, the contact information, as Eric just said in the chat, it's in the press release information we put out. Everything can be found there. Ranger Stop, we can't thank you guys enough for being a part of this. Listen, there's some cool stuff that Ranger Stop has going on.
Yeah.
That's going to be pretty awesome. And look, the information, the preliminary information is in that press release. But yeah, if there's any other questions we can ask, or even questions you want to know about some of the stuff that, that it took to get here, we're more than willing to answer any of that.
I want to clarify something really quick, because I seen people in chat be like, "Oh, you say you're not doing affiliate with Hasbro, but you're sponsored by PMC or you're sponsored by Ranger Stuff." It's important to say, when we say sponsored by, we mean that they are contributing something more than just an appearance to the show, like maybe a giveaway or maybe an item that we have,
a Q&A, or yeah,
exactly. So please don't take, when we say sponsored by, don't take that as in that they're paying the bill or something. There's no bill to pay. It's they are literally giving what anybody else has plus a little bit extra for us to give to you. That's when we say sponsored by. So please support our sponsors that we have listed: Big Bad Toy Store, Ranger Stop, Power Morphicon, Enway Games, Bluefin Brands, Team Rider. And might have a couple more before we actually get to the show, but please give them love and support, because they're going a little bit above and beyond, and they did not have to do that. But we really, really appreciate it, and I think you guys will really appreciate it too.
But Eric, you were on answering a question. What was that, buddy?
Oh, which one?
You were Jezzer cut you off in the middle.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Being rude.
Oh no, I don't even remember now. But no,
I'm sorry.
We're moving on to our next thing. But yeah, I mean, we really want to display every kind of facet of the fandom, and when we say fandom, that's inclusive for everybody. We really want to make this for everybody, but have them be a part of the show as well. That's why we would love to get videos of you guys in cosplay or even out of cosplay, just on holding your phone up, just being like, "Hey, this is why I love Power Rangers. This is why I love this." That's what we want. We really want to display our love of fandom.
You guys would do something cool if you want to do something really cool, right? Those videos where people are like, they take their finger and they go like this, and then when they take their finger back, they're in costume.
Oh.
Maybe you could do that. You do that with morphing, and then you come back, and there you are.
I did that for a video before.
You did?
Like back in my hashtag show days, there were. You don't remember, Jezzer? It's the one we did these morphs. And then, we had people morph into different cosplays.
Oh yeah.
And then,
yeah.
And then at the last one, I think I morphed into Yoshi. Yeah. So it was like from me to Yoshi.
That's a pretty good morph.
Just something. I mean, if a group of you want to get to do something fun like that, why not? To it, it'd be a cool little clip to play.
Yeah. Another thing. It's a great way for you guys to show your creativity, and a great platform for you guys to do that as well. So like we said, we really, one of the coolest parts about doing this whole thing, honestly, has been meeting a lot of like-minded fans that just want to do something cool for the community. Like, to me, that is way more gratifying than anything else. And to Chris's point, funny enough, it's not like people would think, well, you guys are going to be all over this show. Funny enough, I think the four of us are hardly in the show.
We have 3 days, 8 hours ish each of content. I'm in 3 of them. I think Eric's in 2 or 3, maybe.
I'm in 2 of them. Yeah.
Joe's in 3 or 4.
I'm in 3, yeah, maybe 3 or 4.
And
Mark, 2.
Yeah. So there you go. We don't even all of us. If we put all the stuff we're actually doing together, it doesn't even fill up a day. So please don't ever think this is us promoting our stuff, because it literally is not. I don't think I mentioned my websites once in the 3 panels or Q&As that I was a part of. And all I did was moderate. I wasn't even like on the panel, so to speak.
But there are some very amazing people involved though, so you guys are gonna be super excited.
Yes, there are some there. I'm a big fan of. So without giving too much away, about some of the content that we have coming, it was fun because when you organize these things, you kind of get to kind of help pitch panels or Q&As that you would want to see. And so I'm a big toy guy, so I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to do toy related stuff. There are two panels or Q&As that I did that were a ton of fun. That I'm really excited to both of them, especially one of them, because I don't think anyone's going to see it coming. And it's not anything huge. It's not groundbreaking or earth-shattering. It's just someone's going to be like, oh, wow, that would have been a really good idea to get all those people together for a panel because, why not? I mean, but that's why I'm excited about it. It's something really nerdy. But yeah, I mean, and it's not official. There's no one official in that panel. Just FYI. It's not like I snuck some toy designer. I could, but I didn't.
And here's the thing, like, I haven't seen the panels that Chris's has done. I haven't seen, a lot of these panels. So it's going to be a surprise as much as it is for us to watch this. Yeah. So that's something I'm excited. I'm excited to, even though I know what's coming up, I'm excited to actually watch those panels on the day that it happens.
Like, going back to like a few weeks ago, or was it 2 weeks ago, when DC Fandom came out, I think that was the first time that a digital con was live that I felt like I was at the convention. Like, it was so well done compared to like how San Diego did theirs or how some other conventions did theirs. I was so like, just like when I saw what they did and I saw what we're trying to put together, I thought, oh man, this is totally doable. And I think that like the format of like the live stream is gonna be great because you're gonna be entertained and intrigued the whole way through. Versus there is a part of the DC Fandom panel where I was like super excited, and then they showed another segment where I was just kind of bored and kind of like checked out for a little bit. But with this, like, I've seen some of the panels that's going on, and I'm seriously excited. Like, I'm gonna have to like cancel anything I'm doing those days and just sit there and just watch what we got, because it's amazing.
Yeah, so that's another thing too, is that with a lot of the stuff that we've kind of created for this, DC Fandom was a lot of fun, and I thought it was a great event. We've been working on this for the last month, so we had no idea what DC Fandom was going to be. But it was kind of a great goal to shoot for. Now, to let you guys know, we don't have the money that Warner Brothers does. Let that be known right now. But I think it's still pretty cool that it's going to be something different. Like I said, the one thing that I find very unique about this show is that, like, especially with all of the videos we've gotten in from other influencers, like it doesn't feel like any one person's show. You know what I mean? It feels like legitimately it feels like a community just came together and put on a great show for everybody. Yeah. I really like that.
Fun story. This started with a single phone call.
Yeah.
Joe sent me a text like, "Hey, you want to chat for a minute?" I was like, "Sure, what's up?" And then in the course of the last 30 days is where we're at.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, this whole thing wasn't my idea. I know that you gentlemen here have given me a lot of credit for that. It actually wasn't my idea. It was actually one of the people here at the Illuminati, Elle. It was actually her idea.
Okay. I know Elle, yeah.
Yeah, she was like, we should do something for the fandom on this day. And then legitimately, like, the conception of it came in from that one little conversation. And then I kind of, like, I sat on it. And then that's when I reached out to Chris and I was like, do you think this is possible to do? And then I would say that once we brought Eric and Heirloom into it, it took us maybe a good couple of days to kind of figure out, like, how we were going to even do it, right? We didn't even have an idea of what we were doing.
Well, we never bothered to stop to to go, can we do this? We just said, why can't we do this? Let's just start putting it together. And it snowballed from there. Yeah, it was. It's very deep.
It's very, very,
It's
very deep.
That is very deep. Now, that's a great question, Blackwing. Blackwing asks in the chat, what's the deadline to send in videos? The deadline to send in videos, it's going to be a super quick turnaround, but it's September 2nd.
Oh, man.
That is send in fan videos is September 2nd. For all of you influencers out there, you guys know what the deadline is.
When you said that date, I'm just thinking like, oh god, that's such a quick turnaround. It's gonna be painful.
Yeah, for all of you influencers
I
out
was
there,
excited. I was like, I have till September 2nd.
No, you do not. You do not.
I was like, wow, I thought I had till tomorrow. Okay. No, I actually the second sweet. I can plan out a couple
as
more.
of right now, it looks like we're almost done locking day one. I think there's like a couple of things I need to get in order to finish locking day one. But as soon as those things are done, day one is done, and I concentrate on day two, and it extends us just a little bit more time.
Oh my gosh.
And like this is the one thing that you guys don't know behind the scenes. Like, man, I feel like this is a whole nother panel thing. Honestly, like we've made this announcement. This is going to happen. But now it's just about making sure everything gets back in time. It's a quick turnaround, guys, and this is exactly why we're doing it pre-tape, because you never know in that element of life what can happen.
Yeah, it's as someone that has to deal with a lot of post stuff. Like the quicker you can get the footage to us, the better. You know, it just makes things a little less stressful.
Blackwing says, "I was scared Joe was going to say tomorrow is the deadline." For a lot of people, tomorrow is the deadline.
Right.
I had a guest reach out to me yesterday and be like, "Hey, you want to record something for the show you're doing?" I was like, "Sure." What are you doing tomorrow night? Because that's the only time we have.
It's quick.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what was the question? We said Power Ranger Review says, "What do we send videos of, guys?" Literally, it's send videos of your love of the fandom. That's all. That's all it is. It's just why you love the fandom, what got you into it. Just a quick video of letting people know who you are. We really want to make it an inclusive experience for everybody.
100%. I've been setting up some interviews, and like they're asking me, oh, when can we do this? Can we do this like in about 2 weeks? Like, can we do this? Can we do this like right now? Like, are you available right now? They're like, what are you talking about? Like, you know, it is really tough.
Are you camera ready?
I mean, like
Let's
literally,
go.
like, I know for sure. Like these next 4 days for me are going to be pure madness, and then I know that probably Wednesday or Thursday, it's going to be really hard.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I was surprised that I didn't get a chat there for that comment.
I have.
Jezza, are you doing all the editing?
No. We have a group working on it together. But I have 4 videos. I have 4 videos I do have to edit and submit by tomorrow. So.
Oh man.
It's a lot. Like I can only imagine.
Thanks for your work. Thanks for your work too behind the scenes, because that's a lot.
Like when me and Joe were talking about this, like initially he wanted to do it all live, like, and I was like, Joe, we can't do that. It's not gonna work. I just, it's just not gonna work.
I did. Look, sometimes you got to throw out the bad ideas to get to the good ones, you know?
Well, like we've seen people try before, and it just doesn't work. And props to people that figured out a way to create like digital cons. That is a concept that we have not come across until this year, actually. So I mean, maybe if the whole situation doesn't die down by tomorrow, this could be a norm for conventions, and maybe there will be like a format that everybody follows. But right now we're kind of just like figuring it out as we go. So
I also want to stress too, this is not a convention. This is just a fan experience, because I feel like I don't necessarily want to have the stigma of what a convention is, because I feel like there's so many preconceived notions of what it is. This is a fan experience. And the reason why I say it's a fan experience is because, hey, Eric, is that your wife in here? I think
Oh,
so.
yeah.
That's
yeah.
awesome. Hey, Teresa.
Yeah.
I like how Eric looked around first. Like,
Like, did she open the door?
The reason why we're calling it a fan experience is because we're putting the fans on display and we're putting the content creators on display for their love. It's all of us being fans together. And the thing is, you're going to see, like, we've announced, I think in our press release, we said that George Jr. is involved in this. The videos that he has are phenomenal. And then, like, some of the other contributor videos are, like, they're great. And they're so different from each other that it's really gonna highlight everybody that's doing content in this community that needs a spotlight on them. Because I honestly feel that, like, there's some great content creators out there that you don't like. You know about we all know about Este. He's great, but there's other great content creators out there that you may be sleeping on, like George Jr. or like Morphin Network.
Yeah.
So, like, these guys,
Fuego himself, Este.
yeah, these guys are doing phenomenal work, and we really want to highlight that. So, like, seriously, for us, no ego involved. We're doing this as a team, as a community. We're writing it all together.
And that's a great thing, is because everyone has different styles, different ways to approach this. This whole stream is just going to be fresh. It's going to be, if maybe you sleep on one thing, you get excited for something else. It's going to be just a great experience overall, because everyone has different flavor that they bring to the fandom.
Definitely.
And I know that we're touting this as 3 8-hour streams, one stream on the 4th, one on the 5th, one on the 6th. We are doing 3 8-hour streams for all the days we will be at MorphCon. And truth be told, we're getting so much footage in, there's a chance they could be longer than 8 hours. So, enjoy a great Power Ranger weekend is what I'm going to be doing with everybody else. It's just sitting there, vegging out, and just watching all these great content creators put on a show for us.
Abram the Realtor says, this is a question of the whole crew. Should we, the fans, take clues on how we can have fun and be respectful too?
What do you?
I don't know.
Actually, I think Erlen would be the great person to answer that.
Throw me that one.
He likes the hard ones.
I know. It's hang on, let me just let me read that one. Should we take fan clues on how we should have fun? I'm just going to say, if you're going to have fun, just have fun with it. You're going to find a lot of different people together. And that's how I'm going to answer that one, because it's so much fun. But if you could elaborate a little bit more, then I would quite like that. And then I can answer it properly.
This comment kind of sums it up. And it's from Patrick Sky, who's a brilliant Power Ranger cosplayer. And I seriously hope he sends in a video, because you guys should be checking out his cosplays. They're pretty sick. But the movie, the 2017 movie, whether how not you feel about it, is Together We Are More. Together We Really Are More. And I think this is a great way to kind of display that in terms of our community. And just for Power Ranger fans, right, Chris?
Oh, what? I didn't do it. What?
No, I was just saying it's not just for Power Ranger fans. It's for. I mean, you're going to be doing. I mean, we have some Kamen Rider stuff planned.
We do have some Kamen Rider stuff planned, so stay tuned for that one. So I was actually doing a count on actual Ranger guests or Ranger related guests, to kind of let people know, hey, it's not like we have 4 or 5 and we're done. We have more than that. But yeah, no, I mean, this is if we could call it a Power Ranger / Toku fan experience, that would be accurate. We do have a couple things lined up that are Kamen Rider related, because Kamen Riders, as you guys know, is kind of getting a big push. If it was possible, we would have had something Ultraman related. We're just a little bit too early for that, and I'm just going to leave that at that. But we have some inside jokes going on right now, and it's getting.
That was actually an idea.
That was actually a good idea.
Actually, it's a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, there's there's a lot of that stuff going on. And, as we're sitting here talking about it, and even now in live stream, I'm like, oh man, I should have reached out to so-and-so and see if we could have gotten this, and so-and-so and see if we could have done this. And maybe I might still. I mean, I have all the way till 11:59 p.m. Pacific time tomorrow to get my panel in, so maybe I will.
There's no rush. No rush.
No,
I mean,
not at all.
and we knew that there was always going to be delays and things, and obviously, like some of these Q&As we're still shooting today, tomorrow, and hell, even into Monday and Tuesday. So like it's a process that's going to be up into the very last minute for everyone to see it. But I'm just excited for everyone to see it. I'm going to be nervous as hell because I feel like there's a lot of pressure on us now, like unwarranted pressure. But it is what it is. I will say that if for all of you that are in this watching, for the people that we have announced, who are you most excited to see, content-wise?
For the people we have announced.
I mean, the Beast Morpher cast, of course. That's going to be exciting.
It's a good one. That's going to be.
I'm biased. I'm going to say all of it because I know what the details are of everything we've announced, and they're all really exciting to me, and I want to watch all of them. Like no joke. Like it's not, and I hope people know. Like we didn't. A lot of this stuff is not just us sitting down with somebody and asking them questions you've already heard people ask them 1,000 times over. We have been very creative. There's some very creative things in here. So, like, without giving any spoilers whatsoever, the Jason David Frank portion is something really, really looking forward to sitting down and watching.
Well,
I think it's gonna be really, really cool.
Will there be a Forever Red panel?
As of right now, we cannot. We no. As of right now, no. I will say this though, the thing I'm excited for the most is seeing some of these content creator panels or Q&As. I don't want to call them panels because they're content creator Q&As, mainly because it's legit stuff where I would walk in and be like, oh, this is a really cool idea. And I would say that a lot of you fans that are collectors of like Lightning Collection stuff, there's some really, really cool stuff that we're doing for that.
Yes, that's awesome.
Also, honestly, the Ranger Stop stuff. I've never been a Ranger Stop, and I've always wanted to go. And man, the stuff that we've got, it just seems like such a fun time that they have there.
It's fun. I went last year, and it was just a blast. That was my first time at Ranger Stop. It was a heck of a lot of fun. Definitely a smaller con type feel, even though there was a lot of people. So definitely when, once this all blows over, I think we can, all meet up at Ranger Stop or PMC. But yeah, and that's the great thing about this is because you get that peek into how the different conventions that are sponsoring or provided content, their material. You guys.
Hey guys, we got to make this entertaining for us. Here's what I will say too. Eric Williams asks in the chat, will there be any voice actors? Yes. I think voice actors in terms of Power Rangers Tokusatsu, they're unsung heroes because there's so much work that they do that's super, I feel super underappreciated. I'm really excited that we do have voice actors that are going to be a part of this also.
Yes.
I think what's kind of interesting about the voiceover one is because I've just started learning about it and doing it myself. So having to hear loads of other people talk about their experiences as well, I think that's actually a really good time. So I've not seen it, so I can't wait to watch it. That's the main thing. So it's getting all this advice. That's what I want.
I'm excited for the Q&As with people. We're announcing one of them tomorrow. So it's okay, kiddo. It's okay. But we're announcing one of them. My kid's crying. We're announcing. We have slated to announce tomorrow someone I'm very excited to watch, and I think everybody else will be very excited to as well. Courtesy of the Morphin Network.
Nice.
Yes. There's a ton of great stuff that we have lined up. And like we said, again, is we would love for you guys to send in any stuff, like any messages, why you love the franchise. Cosplay encouraged. Any cosplay stuff. Hey, you know what else is encouraged? If you guys have Power Ranger fan art that you want to send in, that's also encouraged. Anything related to this community, we really, really, really want to highlight it.
Even if you have
a part of this.
Yeah, even if you have like a crazy collection, like something unique that no one else has related to Power Rangers, like a prop or, you know, a rare toy or anything like that, share it. Why not?
Yep.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
We chat. If you guys have more questions, Jezzer, how about you? Do you have any more questions?
Not hypothetically, who is someone that you want to reach out to be a part of this, but haven't yet?
Oh! I can answer that one. The Dino Fury cast.
Oh, I set you up.
Hashtag
for that.
too soon.
That would be amazing. We don't even know. We don't even know what's going on. So
it's us.
Yeah, if you watch,
Jezza,
if you watch the news on the licensing show, it's just the original 5. We've already talked to them. We're good. We already know that.
It's just the original 5. Yeah.
Oh man, that would be amazing.
There's Wild West Rangers. No, I can't speak. The Wild West Rangers, the original 5.
The original 5. Honestly, I think
Stranger.
That would be super cool if we could get the Dino Fury cast. I mean, look, we're gonna do everything we possibly can for you guys to try to make it happen, but we can't promise anything. We don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen in the next 4 days. I mean, I will say this: we're working on something pretty cool that we're hoping. Like, we want to put some positive energy out there for it, but we're hoping that it comes together.
This is literally me. Like this last night when we talked about it, and then I talked to Joe again about it today. Like we are teaming up with. It's just when it's all said and done, maybe we'll talk about it if it goes through, which we hope. We want to get ourselves excited for it, but it'd be big. I don't want to say too much about who we don't have coming on because I want who we do have coming on to still be a surprise.
There are. Here's a great question from one of our guys here at the Illuminary, Toku Kid. He says, planning this event so far, have you got any ideas for a possible future events you think you can now make possible? Yes, but right now I'm concentrating solely on this one because once I hit that finish line, and look, it all depends on if this is successful. Because one thing that I also want to tell you guys is that, I mean, we'll have the super chat features. It's going to be open, but we want to gauge the success of like how many views this gets, how much buzz it gets. Because if it does, and you guys liked it, and we like the flow of it, you know, it's a possibility we might do more of these. But I will say this, and this is a challenge for all 4 of us, is that we never want to do the same show twice. So if there is a future here, it might be very different than this Viewing Globe experience on this one. It'll vary from subject matters and Q&As and stuff like that, because we just want to create stuff that's brand new for this community that you guys can always kind of,
the next one will be VR.
Well, let's be real too and honest with ourselves. Like, one of the main reasons this is happening is because of the state of the world that we live in today.
Yeah.
And if COVID-19 and the global pandemic isn't happening right now and conventions are happening, honestly, this probably doesn't come together because, I mean, it only works because it's this year and it's happening now. And if it's successful and it's popular and people like doing it, you never know. I mean, I'll be honest and say, when I had talked to Joe today, we were idea for something. They were like, you know what? Let's time out. Let's save that for next time if we do it next time. Let's not try to rush something in real quick. 5 days before this thing's supposed to go live.
Yeah, exactly. So, Huvian Callum says, what's been the most difficult part about putting this together so far?
I think we touched that a little earlier.
Yeah, we did talk about that earlier. I mean, the difficulty has just been the logistics.
Yeah.
After logistics, it's been, I'll be honest with you, I probably in the last couple of days, it's been a little bit easier. Yes, we've been doing probably more for it at a faster pace, but I feel like I've been doing this often enough. It does seem like it's flowing together a little bit easier.
I think the post side is gonna be stressful.
Like, don't remind me, Jezzer. That's the thing I'm kind of putting in the back of my head. I know it's still there. I know I still have to do it. But I know that, like, me and the editors, I'm going to probably get a phone call, like, every hour about, like, hey, this is this, or hey, this is that. You know what I mean?
There's going to be a bunch of F words in those phone calls. I promise you.
I'm not expecting a lot of sleep on Wednesday or Thursday. I'm expecting a lot of... It's just the way things go.
Yeah.
Things start kind of falling apart. You know, it's you have everything planned out, but you can never plan the chaos.
Exactly.
The chaos will always find you.
That's why I have a lot of
but
respect for you guys.
I have to do it to say this. I'm doing this whole thing upstairs, and I didn't bring my laptop charger up here, my cord, so my battery is sucked dry.
Okay.
So unfortunately, I think I'm gonna have to get off. But I really wanted to appreciate everybody coming and checking it out, and for all the kind words, the excitement, the hype. We are excited. We're hyped. Please bear with us for, I think all of us, this is our first time running an event. So if we aren't quick to the draw or we don't answer all your questions, please know sometimes we can't answer a question because we don't have the answer. And sometimes if you answer a question that you can't answer, you therefore answer the question,
Mm-hmm.
if that makes any sense whatsoever. We were just talking about this before we went live. So just bear with us on that. But again, theviewingglobe@gmail.com. That's your email address. Or you can always hit us up on Twitter at theviewingglobe. We also have Facebook, which is facebook.com/viewingglobe, because the Viewing Globe was already taken.
Yeah. Come on, guy. Who took that?
Okay. Whatever. But yeah, so Joe, thank you. Eric, thank you. Mark, thank you. Jezzer, thank you. And Jezzer, I really hope that you get some time to shave because I know it's been a while. So I hope.
Are you not liking it? You're not liking the stash?
I actually want to pitch you to be the next after comment. We'll just call you Mustache Rider, Jezzer. And that's
funny.
That's what I want to do. But anyways, thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate it. We'll probably do another one of these. I think we should do another one of these right before the event, if we're not dying.
If we're not dead.
If we're not dying, but I think we're gonna. I think we will.
Zero. We might do the Night Zero stream.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
Hey, so there are a couple. Thank you, by the way, Chris, and we appreciate your time.
Thank you, Chris.
Thanks, Chris.
Thanks, guys. I'll talk to you. In 20 minutes.
Thank you. There are a couple questions I do want to answer. Power King asks, "Are you doing it for the views?" The quick answer to that is yes. And the reason why is because we want to. I'm not gonna lie. The reason why is we want to show the company and everybody else that there's a market out there for more than just what they think there is. That's the honest to God truth. So yeah, we would as many views as we can possibly get. It shows that everybody in this community is being highlighted. Number 2 is from Thea Games. Thea Games 10 asks top 5 hopes for the fan experience as of right now. I can say for me, I only have one hope, and that's that people like it. That is the one hope I have for this. I don't have 4. Well, how about you guys?
Yeah, I just want people to enjoy it. I want it to be an interactive experience, like people live tweeting it on Twitter, like, "Oh wow, did you hear about this comment or this, whatever?" You know, that's the engagement that I just want people to watch, to join in. Let's make this an interactive, fun experience.
100%.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I kind of really want people to find other people because there are people in the fandom that don't know other people, and it's more a thing where say you didn't know who like Ranger Liz was or Estee or anything like that, and then they can find the content and then they can find something that they enjoy. And I think it's just the experience that's what is driving this. Because if everyone loves it, then obviously, it's the thing that people can come back to. And it's not just like a one-time thing of like, oh man, that great thing was good, but I wish I could watch it again. And it's always going to be there, so people can come back and relive their, oh, I like that part, and so on and so on.
Hey, let's do a challenge. What do you guys think's a good number for fans to submit footage?
A good number? What do you mean?
Like how many videos from fans should we get until we like establish them? Like 10 videos maybe? 20 videos maybe? Hi, Teresa. You're awesome, by the way. Eric's wife, Teresa. You guys are amazing. I've heard her on your show, Eric. Yeah, she's great.
Like how many for each individual person to send in?
No. How many overall by the end of this? Like, if we get 20 fan videos, then Jezzer shaves his mustache on like a.
Okay, I can one, like literally one video, like that mustache, man. No, like I can imagine you with a Tony Stark beard or a goatee, but not the caterpillar.
I'm trying to repel as many women away from me as possible. I think that's the goal.
Well, working, buddy. But I think that we should have a Jezzer shaves his mustache contest somehow along in this stream. You guys, I mean, we did say we are. Hey, Hassan, how you doing, buddy? We did say that we are giving away prizes on this show, and we definitely are. Maybe the prize that the Viewing Globe gets is that we get to shave Jezzer's mustache for an amount of views or something.
I'm not super attached to it, so I don't know if it's that much of a a prize for them. Maybe if we get JD to shave his beard, I don't know.
It's true. So yeah, what else do we got? Sorry, I came in late. What can the fan videos consist of? Eric, you want to give them a rundown?
Yeah, sure. It's, what you like about Power Rangers, what you like about Super Sentai, Kamen Rider, what inspires you as a fan, what cool thing are you contributing to Ranger Nation that maybe people don't even know about? Are you running a podcast? Are you running a video series? Are you a collector that just has a very cool collection? Do you have amazing cosplay? Is there tips that you can provide? Just really anything. This is such a diverse community of amazing content creators. I mean, there's things I'm probably not even thinking about, like, the one guy who does all the guitar work for like the Power Ranger music theme songs. Are you a musician? Are you an artist? Do you do fan art? Do you do fan fiction? Do you do, like, there's so much that the community provides. What are you doing in the fandom? And just, a 2, 3, 5 minute video, that might be great. Like, let's get people to discover what you're unique at in the fandom.
More like 1 to 2 minutes would be perfect, actually.
Oh, okay. 1 to 2 minutes.
1 to 2 minutes would be really good. It can be like, by the way, if you guys are like cover artists in terms of music, we're looking for that stuff. So let us know. Send us your music in. I promise you it'll get played. Throughout the course of this, if you guys have whatever video submissions you guys have, we really want to make this about the fans. Fans first for us. It's really about the fans of the community first. What else do we got? I felt like there was something else I was going to say to piggyback on that, but I completely forgot what that was. There you go.
I'll add, if you're going to do your video, please do it landscape.
Yes.
Not portrait. So landscape, please, because it enrages me to the max that people,
yes, I
could go on for hours. But yeah, landscape.
Dude, I am so on board with that. I tell people all the time, landscape. If you're going to send in fan questions, landscape. It just makes the whole video like, you got like this nice picture and then you got those 2 big black bars on the side. It's like, oh man, it's the worst. The worst. So landscape.
A big part of this too is like we all know as fans that we want Power Rangers to be recognized up there with the DCs and the Marvel of the world, and they do some great stuff with Marvel and DC. And honestly, it's not there yet, but hopefully with something like this, we can show that there's a fan base, a dedicated fan base that wants to get it to where it needs to go. And hopefully this is one of the first of many steps that we can get there to achieve that goal.
So one I saw in the question is like, why video? This is streaming on YouTube. It's a visual medium. Although that's, you can't say that, maybe you have like a video montage of something with your voiceover. That's possible, but this is a visual streaming media. Simple as that.
Simple as that. What else we got? I think we covered everything. We've covered pretty much everything.
Yeah,
right?
I think we covered everything. The Twitter page will be announcing a lot of the rest of the guests throughout the week, so you guys should just keep your eye on that.
And influencers. So you'll be able to. So whoever some of your favorite influencers are might be announced on this as well. Also, I want to let all of you guys know that are watching. If you guys have a Ranger you want to see, tweet at them or hit them up on Instagram. Let them know this is happening. Let them know, let's cause an awareness that the Viewing Globe is happening. And the Viewing Globe is a straight up Power Ranger and Tokusatsu free streaming fan experience. And I want to emphasize free. You guys are not, hey, we appreciate any support you want to give us in the super chat because we'd love to do another one of these, but it's free for everybody. No paywalls involved. And this is a fan experience. We want you guys to be just as part of the show as the rest of us. And honestly, some of you fans might be more on the show than Eric, myself, Heirloom, and Chris. So, it's definitely a possibility. But yes, we want to create the awareness. Do we want to use the Twitter? Use the hashtag the Viewing Globe for anything, or just Viewing Globe or the Viewing Globe, Eric? Which one's better?
The Viewing Globe.
The Viewing Globe. Use that hashtag on Twitter. Let other Ranger actors, voice actors, people that make Ranger products, whether they be unlicensed or licensed. I know that sounds kind of weird, but there are some pretty cool Ranger products out there that should be highlighted. So anything Ranger related, let them know that we're doing this, and let's create a movement together with content creators, Ranger actors, voice actors, Power Rangers, Power Ranger merchants, and us, all of us, the fans. Let's create something special together.
Absolutely.
But guys, you can follow us here at the Illuminati. You can also check us out on Twitter at the Viewing Globe. Go follow that Twitter account. We have a Facebook page set up. Go check it out. We'll be making announcements daily. So just let you know everything will be there. And if you want to send in those videos, check out that press release. It's tagged at the top of our Twitter page. Check out that press release. You can get in touch with us there and send those videos in because we want to get as many videos together as we can for Ranger Nation. But I think that's going to do it for us, guys. Heirloom, where can everybody find you on social media?
You can find me at Heirloom on YouTube and Instagram and Mainstream Live on Twitter. I had to think then. Damn it. I had to think. Yeah, that's it.
Eric?
Yeah, I'm on Twitter and Instagram at TrekkyB47, and then you can check out Ranger Command Power Hour, which is the Power Rangers podcast that I host at rangercommand.com. We're on Twitter at Ranger Command PH and Ranger Command Power Hour on Instagram and Facebook.
You had an episode that came out just this morning, right?
Just today,
Yeah.
Yep. We watched Legacy of Power for Power Rangers 27th anniversary.
Nice.
I love that.
You can find me on all social media at JezzerZeus.
You can find me at Joe Luminardi on all social media. Also here at The Illuminati. I think it's _Illuminati on Twitter and Instagram. And you can find us at The Viewing Globe.
Yes.
That's on Twitter. That's on Facebook. Again, announcements every single day. There's going to be giveaways on this event. It's going to be a straight-up fan experience, and it's a love letter to things like Ranger Stomp and PMC. While we can't be together, we're trying to, view it through the Viewing Globe. But thank you guys so much for joining us. We appreciate it. And the next time we'll be doing a stream like this, hopefully we get together for Night 0 for that Thursday right before the event goes live.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Nice.
Bye.
See ya.
So, guys.